Hey guys, this video is about the Demiguise sculpture that I did. There's a time lapse of it, so if you haven't seen it yet, you should go watch that first. I'll put the card at the top there, so go ahead, watch that, and then come back here and I'll get to hear me chat about the Demiguise sculpture. All right. All right, hey everybody. I thought I'd do an extemporaneous, unscripted, quick review of the most recent sculpt, the Demiguise. I have been looking at the analytics on the videos, and something I'm noticing in the way that YouTube deals with their algorithm is they're promoting videos that have higher retention time. And I was noticing that quite a few people were stopping their viewership of the videos at the very end when I was talking about the piece. But I also knew that there was a lot of guys out there, and gals, that liked to hear me talk about the piece, and so I decided to break those two in half. So I'll just try to keep the video end bits as short as I can on the actual sculpt video, and I'll chat a bit more in a separate video on some of the pieces. Maybe not all of them, but in this case I had to, because there's so much going on with this guy that's just totally new. Now, if you probably recognize a different type of clay that I use, and that's monsterclay. In fact, I'll show you what's left of the original sculpt. So, one of the reasons I never got into using the oil clay until recently was what happens, oil-based clays, oil wax-based clays like this stuff, it's not permanent. It's good because you can reuse it, but I wasn't all that confident when I first started sculpting that I could actually produce anything of reasonable quality. So I wanted to just make something and say that was it. And the air dry clays that I found were perfect for that. I mean, that's what Dobby here is made out of, and I still think he's fantastic. But I didn't want to risk destroying the original, and that is what happens when you do that with an oil-based clay. You make something, it's meant to be molded, so you can do casts, and so that is the Demiguise original sculpt. And when I pulled the mold off, it just tore him in half, and that's pretty common. But I'm glad that he turned out okay. Now the second good thing, interesting, cool, fun thing, is that he's silicone. He's a prosthetic grade platinum silicone, so it's an edition cure silicone, and it's very fleshy. It's soft. It's pliable, and it's what the industry uses for prosthetics and special effects in movies and things. It's also used in the medical industry as well for a lot of flesh simulation. But it's just such a neat material that it's flexible, it's lightweight. I mean, it's very lifelike. So I really like playing with it. The worst thing that could have happened was that I destroyed the sculpture and the mold didn't work. But thankfully the mold came out fine. There was a couple imperfections that I was able to fix on the inside, and I pulled this cast. And one of the great things about silicone too is it doesn't really stick to anything except silicone. So he came out really nice. I'm really pleased with it. And yeah, that's the other benefit is that you can hair punch, which you saw me doing, where I nearly lost my sanity. It's really, I always hear people talk about how awful it is to have to hair punch, and now I know. But it takes a long time, but the effect is spectacular, because you can see the hairs blend. I don't have to glue it in anymore. It looks much, much more real, higher quality. It's much more satisfying, but it's lightweight, it's bouncy, it's flexible. I don't have to worry about it shattering. If it did break or get torn up, I could make another. So it's such a great step forward. That and I also used a new alcohol-based paint system, which was a temporary stopgap until the Psycho Paints, which is a platinum silicone paint system that I've got on order to improve the quality yet even more. Let me turn this off. Oh yeah, I like this new gunship stuff. All right. So, yeah, very pleased with it. Looks great. I hope you guys liked it. I had the cat here, and I went I picked it up and I went to the cat and I went, hey, and the cat went, ah, and it ran off. So I think it was that was an indication that it's got some lifelike quality to it. But I'm really anxious to try making new things, and I think Dobby looks fantastic, like I said, and I wonder how much better he would be if I made him with this stuff. So I might try something like that in the future. I could potentially do a mold of him, but there's still issues with, you know, because I think you probably saw there was a seam along his head, and I picked this guy to do that, to make the silicone cast with first, because I knew that even if the seam was really bad and I couldn't fix it, that it would be covered with the hair. But I'll have to get around that at some point and learn how to do that better. So anyways, I hope you guys really like him. I really like him. I was really pleased with it. Just, I mean, I keep saying that. It's a ad nauseum expression at this point, but I am really pleased with it. So, all right. So, yeah, I think that pretty much covers it for now. I've got a lot going on. Got the university stuff happening, and I have to get back on track with that as best I can. And I'm planning on doing maybe another Harry Potter thing really quick if I can, and doing the same deal with the silicone cast. But that's pretty much it, fellas. So I hope you like it. I hope you like it. I hope you like what I've got up, and I'll see you all later. See ya.